welcome back to Grim Reading Kings, and we have my story to wrap up the movie curse theme. So I have the tale of Rosemary's Baby and the truly shocking events that followed its release.
Good evening.
I'm keeping rings.
We are the Grim Reading.
Sure, let's do it.
I keep saying like I do apologise. I've got a metronome. What's that?
So, Rosemary's Baby was first a novel about a young couple looking for an apartment in New York. The film slides deeper into the occult when Rosemary becomes pregnant with Satan's baby. The novel was written by Ira Levin. He based the book on his fears and anxieties, that was really hard to say, about his own wife's pregnancy, whom he wouldn't let read any of the script at the time. Although Levin seems to have escaped the worst of the curse, he was one of the people working on the story to get divorced around the time the movie was made. However, no real reason was given for the divorce. Levin made a statement in 2002 saying he felt guilty for Rosemary's Baby, leading to other horrors such as The Omen and The Exorcist. He said more people now believe in Satan and that he himself did not. He did have a lot of success, but died in 2007, 10 years after his last book, Son of Rosemary. Robert Evans was the man who made the movie actually happen. He helped produce it as well. Evans pushed for the lead lady to be Mia Farrow. Although others weren't so sure, Evans would convince Farrow by dragging her into the editing room and showing her parts of the movie to convince her, and eventually she became the official lead. Evans would fight with Farrow's husband, Frank Sinatra, who was completely against her doing the movie and insisted she work on another Evans movie he was doing, The Detectives. Evans and Sinatra once had such a loud yelling match that Sinatra injured his throat and couldn't sing for 2 weeks. Sinatra would later send his lawyer to the set of Rosemary's Baby with divorce papers for Farrow, who upon receiving them broke down into uncontrollable tears. Evans also got divorced at this time. He went on to be divorced 7 times. Evans struggled with problems throughout his life. He appeared in court due to a cocaine possession charge and had to clear his name in what is dubbed the Cotton Club murder. The cocaine-fueled shooting of 33-year-old Roy Radin. Radin went missing and later his remains were found by a beekeeper in a forest.
This is so rad.
I know.
So
So many things going on right now. What was he even like? Yeah. There is so much to this story, by the way. It will like mess with your head.
It's got like she's Satan's baby, Frank Sinatra, beekeeper. Like,
Beekeeper in the forest.
I'm loving this shit already.
Yeah.
Don't stop, please.
3 men and a woman were arrested for kidnap and murder. While 2 witnesses said Evans had something to do with the murder, no evidence proved that he was never charged. Evans stood up to do a speech at a dinner party to celebrate the director Wes Craven when he suffered a stroke. While in the ambulance, he flatlined and ended up having 3 strokes in quick succession.
Oh.
He was paralysed on his right side and unable to talk or walk. While recovering from these strokes, in an adjoining room to him, Frank Sinatra died of a heart attack. Evans saw them take his body away, and that moment triggered Evans to get better, eventually being able to talk again and walk with a cane. He later died at 89.
That's nuts.
Yeah, mad, isn't it? William Castle was another producer. He also starred in the movie as the man standing by the payphone when Rosemary is inside. A huge inspiration even to the great Alfred Hitchcock. Castle was terrified of the backlash from the movie. Eventually, he would receive up to 50 letters of hate mail a day. Mail that would say such things as, "You have unleashed evil onto the world and will not live long enough to reap your rewards. You will slowly rot during a long and painful illness which you have brought upon yourself. Rosemary's Baby is filth and you will die as a result." The stress of this hate and death threats made Castle ill and ended up in hospital with kidney stones. While there, he would hallucinate and say things such as, "For God's sake, Rosemary, drop the knife." The movie got to Castle, who believed it was cursed, especially after learning of the disturbing events that followed. Castle himself never had another hit movie again. In the movie, Rosemary's friend Hutch gets too involved with the odd events and as a result is mysteriously put into a coma and later dies. The very same thing would happen to the composer of the movie.
What the fuck is going on?
Christoph Komeda was called many things: leader, visionary, and genius, with Rosemary's Baby adding to his fame. He was at a drinking party one night with friend Marek Halasco. Really hard. Halasco. It's an H and an L together, so it's like Halasco.
Halasco.
Yeah.
Halasco.
Yeah. Who was a famous writer. The two were apparently messing around when Komeda fell down an escarpment. He would be in a coma for 4 months, but sadly never regained consciousness and passed away. Halasco never seemed to be blamed for the whole thing, as it seemed like an accident. However, Halasco would also die just a few months later, although no records can be found, as it is said that he died by alcohol and drugs, while many people say he did not take his own life. It is hard to know what really happened to him. Mia Farrow played the lead. She did get pushed a lot by director Roman Polanski, who even got her to weave in and out of cars on a busy street with no stunt people and no closed roads, all for real. When the movie was wrapped and her marriage was over, Mia and her sister Prudence travelled to India for an advanced meditation. In attendance also were the Beatles. While they were there, they wrote the majority of their White Album, including Dear Prudence, written about Mia's sister's intense commitment to her studies. On this album was also Piggies and Helter Skelter. These events seemed unattached from the movie, however, it all comes back around. Roman Polanski directed the movie. He wanted his girlfriend Sharon Tate to be the lead, but with Robert Evans insisting on Farrow for the part, Tate would linger on the set a lot.
Sorry, can I just say?
There's
so many fucking names coming up.
There's so many names coming up, and it all comes back together at the end.
Like,
there's so many people attached to this, isn't there?
What the hell?
Right.
Yeah.
My favourite film is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And it's
yeah, it's really good.
Roman Polanski in that is
Yeah,
amazing. Sharon Tate,
Tate,
obviously Margot Robbie.
Yeah. She didn't look far off.
No.
She didn't.
Sharon Tate's like the most beautiful woman I've ever
Oh
seen.
my gosh, yeah.
So beautiful.
This story. What the fuck?
It's wild.
Okay,
It's wild.
I'm glad I didn't read up anything of this. This is like...
Yeah. Right, so Tate would linger on the set a lot, and she managed to get into one of the scenes in the movie with the young people's party. While on set so often, it is said that Tate became obsessed with the occult. One of her friends quoted her saying, "The devil is beautiful. Most people think he's ugly, but he's not." The Sharon Tate murders became one of the most famous murder cases in the world, as the event was so gruesome and unexpected. On the evening of August 8th, 1969, Charles Manson ordered his follower, Charles Watson. Watson. Oh my god. Jesus.
Just from the film. Text? Something stupid like Rex or...
I was trying to say Tex.
Text Jordan.
Ordered him to take 3 other family members and go to Tate's house and murder everyone inside as gruesomely as they possibly could. Tate was with 3 friends and another unlucky gentleman who was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Tate and another friend were tied together by rope around their necks. The friend was then shot and stabbed to death. The 2 others managed to escape the house but were soon found and killed. Tate, who was 8.5 months pregnant, was stabbed 16 times as she begged to be able to give birth to her baby. Her blood was later used to write the words "pig" on the front door. Also written in blood on the walls were the words "Helter Skelter."
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that they spelled it wrong as well.
They spelled it wrong.
Yeah.
They did. Yeah, because they were, idiots.
Oh.
Uneducated swine.
Referring to the Beatles song on the White Album. Manson then decided to have Tate's next door neighbours killed. They were tied up with rope and murdered one day after Tate's death. Their names were Leno and Rosemary.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Manson said about the Tate murders, "It's the Beatles' music they're putting out there. These kids pick up its subliminal. That's really hard to say.
Yeah.
Manson's prosecutor explained Manson's motives came from misinterpreting lyrics on the Beatles' White Album.
Yeah, blame it on them.
Although the Beatles had nothing to do with the movie, they pop up in this curse several times. They knew Polanski and Tate and hated that their names came up with anything to do with the killings. Coincidentally, the Beatles took their famous Abbey Road photo the very morning of the Tate murders.
What the fuck is
I did not know that.
Yeah, wow.
Can I have time out, please? I'm done.
Mate,
My brain's being fried.
It's still going. Right, this is the one that really got me.
You really got me? Sorry.
Mark David Chapman spent an entire day at the Dakota Hotel waiting for John Lennon, and as he
That's
watched,
another name in Once
Why
Upon
is
a Time
John
Hollywood.
Lennon going there? I mean, he's a Beatle, but what?
and as he watched him walking into the doorway, he called his name. When Lennon turned, Chapman shot at him 5 times. 4 shots into his back, being fatal. The Dakota has long reported to be haunted, and since the murder, many people, including Yoko Ono, have claimed to see Lennon's ghost. I mean, to be fair, Yoko has claimed a lot.
Yoko has seen everything. Chuck Berry loved her performance, didn't he?
Definitely did. Yeah.
And also, can I just add, I'm sorry to interrupt, but Dakota was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood when Leonardo DiCaprio's like, my name's Dakota something. And she's like, no, it's Dakota. Oh, what's she call it? But like that name is in there as well. I was like, Quentin Tarantino knows about this, I'm guessing, as well.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
The reason this ties to the movie is that the Dakota also happens to be the setting for Rosemary's Baby, where they filmed almost the entire movie. And it's where John Lennon was murdered.
Just does my head in.
That's weird.
By the movie's release, or soon after, 7 couples working on it would get divorced and 1 actress would be widowed. Other strange events can be connected to the movie in some way. There was even a plane crash on the day the movie was released in America. The same day, a famous director and an actress would pass away. On the release in England, 2 composers and an actor and an actress would pass away on the same day. And so to this day, many people still believe the movie is cursed. Some even say you're cursed even if you watch the movie just once.
Have you watched the movie?
I've watched it many times.
That explains.
a lot about my life.
a lot.
Right,
Yeah,
there's a
I
hell
mean,
of a lot
like-
to fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot. Like, what?
It's so weird how it all connects back.
Yeah. That's really cool, though.
Yeah.
Really cool. Also, how does she get impregnated by a demonic baby? I was wondering. Was it succubus or incubus?
Basically, her neighbours, which, by the way, one of the neighbours is called Roman Kravats or something like that, and the director is called Roman Polanski, and the producer is called someone Kravats. It's like both their names mixed in.
That's
Yeah, that was
but
weird
then the
as well.
story was before the
John
directors
Kravats
and whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So, Rosemary's neighbours, Minnie and someone I can't remember, they're like Satan's wingmen.
That's the
So
time.
they basically the devil sort of shows up and has his way with Rosemary, and she
Okay.
doesn't know it.
Okay.
And then they
He
sort
wasn't
of
very good then.
take the baby. No.
He did his job, didn't he?
Yes, they didn't yet. Yeah, so that's kind of how it happens. But
Okay.
it's sort of set up by her husband.
Yeah.
Um,
Set up by her husband.
Yeah.
Her husband was like, mate, I want a demonic baby.
Basically, yeah, he wanted to do something.
So-
And this is why, after the film, there were loads of rumours that Roman Polanski had planned to kill Sharon Tate so it would up his, like, fame in a way.
Yeah.
It's quite a big aspect. I mean, we know what he's like now, so
Yeah.
who knows? But yeah, it's a bit extreme.
I didn't know Sharon Tate was into the occult.
Sharon.
Yeah,
Sharon's
so a lot of people say that she wasn't, and there was rumours, but a lot of her friends have said that, yeah, she did. And it was from being on set all the time, because she was totally obsessed with Rosemary's Baby. Like, she wanted the lead so badly that she would just literally just be there all the time. I think she's even in the background on a couple of other scenes. I don't know if it's just that one.
I just can't
Yeah.
believe the amount of names mixed up together in this.
Yeah.
Because there's like more conspiracies on the other side of this, like Paul McCartney's death and shit. This could have been like linked to that. And
Yeah, is he actually a clone right now?
oh my god, I fucking this. Every time I was settling down to your story, you'd be like, John Lennon,
The Beatles.
the Beatles,
Frank Sinatra.
Frank.
Frank Sinatra, that was weird. wasn't
Yeah,
it?
why is he there? Like,
Next
Yeah.
door to.
I know he died next to Robert Evans, who had destroyed his marriage to Mia Farrow. So weird.
And Mia Farrow as well, a fucking amazing
Yeah.
actress.
Yeah. Oh, I love Mia Farrow. Then she later had really bad luck, didn't she? Because she married Woody. What's
That's
his
it.
name?
Not Harrelson.
No.
Thank God.
Madden.
Just say I love that guy.
that's what I was like, Woody Harrelson, don't say it,
I
don't
can't
say it.
think, but the director that ran off with his stepdaughter.
Fair.
Yeah, or his daughter. It was
The younger
his daughter.
model.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
But yeah, that story, I'm so glad I wouldn't have told that anyway. It was good.
No,
That's
I'm glad you took that story, mate.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't want to watch that film because thank you told us that we might get cursed. I'm already cursed enough.
I mean, I feel
I-
like I still want to watch it.
I've watched it a lot.
Maybe watch it with Tamzin, then the curse will still bounce on to her.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm used to being cursed.
Watch it with White Sage, but fuck's sake, man, that story.
Yeah, and I had to go through every single actor to find out about the divorces, but I found that because I didn't find that anywhere. I literally just went through all of the people working on it. And I was so surprised that so many of them got divorced between 67 and 68. Like 8 of them. It's really weird.
That's like
That's a lot.
It's a lot of marriages.
it's the summer of love, though, isn't it?
I guess, yeah. Well, it's coming out of it, I suppose, going into the 70s.
Yeah. So 69 was Summer of Love, wasn't it? And out of that, everyone's just
Yeah.
fucking
Summer of 16.
just on acid and shit.
Yeah,
But-
there was one more thing as well, that when the movie was when the novel was being written, it was at the same time that the first Satanic church was actually built in San Francisco.
Ooh.
It is a religion,
weird.
isn't it? So you're allowed
Yeah,
to.
I think that was in 66.
I'm intrigued about that, actually. Not that I'm not religious in any way, like satanic or Catholic or whatever, but like, what do they preach?
There's a Satanic
Yeah.
Bible, isn't there?
Yeah. I would
So-
love to get a hold of that.
Then
Yeah.
I always think if you believe in Satan, you must believe in God. So you must turn your back on God and renounce him if you believe in Satan. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, because if you go to church and you believe in God, then you turn your back on Satan, don't you? So
Yeah.
it's the same.
Was vice versa.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh my God, Jinx.
Holy
Private
shit.
headlock.
But yeah, no, I think. What if it's like still tax exempt if you've got a church for Satanism? Because
It's still a religion.
yeah.
You can't discriminate.
Exactly.
And it is official. It is an official church.
Yeah.
Like this was the first one that was erected.
So if you know where your Patreon money's going,
We're going to be a the church.
but I get an organ.
That's true.
You get an organ too.
Yeah, you
I
two.
had an organ.
And I can get amazing, like,
Vocal. Well, the
Vocals.
acoustic.
vocals.
Sing
I
for
can
us.
sing.
You're just such a good singer.
But so I want to jump to the names again. So we had
Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
no before that
Oh, what, Mia
Mia Farrow
Farrow.
to Frank Sinatra,
Yeah.
and then still jumped his way to Roman Polanski. Polanski.
Polanski.
That's the
Yeah,
Queen.
Wes Craven mixed in there as
Yeah,
well.
is that, and then goes over to the Beatles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then goes to Charles Manson.
No,
who,
sorry, Sharon Tate came before the Beatles.
But yeah,
Well, it's at the same time because
Yeah, okay, fine.
Manson blamed the Beatles for killing people.
but also Charles Manson, or he's dead obviously, but him and Bronson, people think they murder people. Never did a single murder in their entire
No,
lives.
he didn't, because he ordered them to kill Tate and anyone who was in there, and then he arrived on the scene, and he basically went to the neighbours, scalped them out, and was like, right, we're gonna kill them, and he left.
Yeah.
Then he came back after the
So
killing.
he's the ringleader, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, he never got his hands dirty.
Whereas Bronson, he was just chaotic, wasn't he?
Well, Bronson,
Yeah.
he robbed a
He's
post
crazy.
office, and he's just mental, and just any police
Yeah.
officer ran to his cell, he just destroyed, and then
He's just pure aggression.
I fucking love him so much.
Yeah,
I
he's
love
good.
that style.
Yeah, I had a bus driver who looked just like him.
You as well, or is it
So
just you?
weird.
I want to know that Charles Manson actually. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird with Charles Manson. I like it. Obviously not what happened, but I like I like watching him because he's such a crazy.
He's an interesting person.
He's so interesting because the stuff he says, I'm like, what?
And I think the intelligence of these people that are crazy, they're fucking normally really, really smart.
Yeah.
Like oh my god, who Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
Stupidly intelligent.
Crazy.
And he could dissect animals and
Dennis.
Dennis.
Whatever his name is, him. He was really smart as well.
David Tennant.
David Tennant, that's the one. The famous murderer David
He
Tennant.
plays him, doesn't he?
Yeah, that was really good actually. Did you watch that?
No, I haven't.
It's really good.
I need to, but yeah.
It's a crazy case, that one. Like,
yeah,
really brutal.
I need to watch that.
Yeah.
But Rosemary's Baby, by the name of the film, I was like, this is a cute film.
Oh, it's about your baby. How lovely.
You know, and you never get to see the baby in the film. You
So-
never see it.
It's like the first line you said was she was impregnated by Satan. I was like, okay, we're going there straight away.
Oh, we go straight to it. Now we're
I know, I was like, should I give that away? I was like, that's kind of the point of the movie.
Yeah.
Well, it captivated me pretty quick.
Yeah,
I was like, fucking Jesus Christ.
I was all ears from that point.
I love that.
Yeah, I didn't know that Frank Sinatra died
No.
like right next to Robert Evans, and he'd actually seen his body being taken away, and in that moment he was like, I'm getting better from this stroke, like I won't die the same way he has. Yeah, he
Also-
didn't, which was amazing.
What's amazing about that is how like obsessed Frank Sinatra is about his vocals. Like having an argument, losing your voice. He's like, fuck.
He's a scary dude, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Like, he was angry.
The whole Rat Pack were amazing. They're so cool. I can't
Yeah.
imagine what like Vegas looked like when those guys were in town.
Imagine.
My God.
Yeah. Mad.
Now we've got nothing like that. There's not a single person alive I don't think you can match like Elvis, the Beatles, or the Rat Pack.
No.
I couldn't think of anyone I'd actually want to see right now.
There are very talented people out there, but nothing that could sway an audience like they did.
No.
It was like a religion almost,
And
wasn't it?
it was something about how they held themselves.
Yeah.
Like, they were almost, every time you watch them, they were almost arrogant in what they were doing, but it was so endearing because they were so good at what they did.
Yeah.
So they deserve to be arrogant in some ways.
Yeah, true.
And Frank Sinatra, like Witchcraft, that song is always in my head, like constantly. It's fucking. Whenever I'm like bored, I all of a sudden like bounce to that. I don't know what the fuck that means, but maybe it's
Like
in
when
the
you're
song.
humming or something, that's always like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Witchcraft.
Mine's always Verolyn. Always humming Verolyn.
We'll meet
This is my kitchen
again.
song.
I heard. Do you like Johnny Cash at first?
Oh yeah, I love Johnny Cash's
God.
voice. To be fair, so.
That's such a good version.
When I think of Johnny Cash, I feel like I just have heard my
Yeah, me too.
All I have is the scene on Walk the Line when he's trying to drive the tractor out the swamp. He's like, "Fuck!"
Such a good film.
Oh my God.
Good film.
I love how like fast our minds go. We're like from one subject
I
to
know,
the
how
next.
does
It's
this
like,
happen? How did we get here?
how do we get to Johnny Cash on a tractor from fucking Rosemary getting shagged by
Can I just
Satan?
say, this is very we're all undiagnosed ADHDers. So if it's not that obvious
Many other
already,
things.
I'd rather that than be boring as fuck.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
I'd rather have the
I
mind
love
that we
being
have.
mentally ill. It was amazing.
Do you know what? Recommend it. 10 out of
Yeah,
10.
and the Abbey Road picture.
Yeah,
That got me.
that's really
Yeah.
good because
That's
there's
weird.
always some weird stuff about the Abbey Road picture itself. It's like, oh, there's a person in the back.
The
Oh,
man
I
in the
was the
background,
person.
yeah.
And then it's like, oh, the Beatles.
And one of the cars, there was something.
Yeah.
So apparently, I think it's in the picture, there was a white or a yellow Beetle. And
Yeah.
it's, whose is it? Is it Bundy's car?
Ted Bundy's car.
Yeah.
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 I think it was.
I've heard
yeah.
that. And his
God.
car appears like in so it's weird, but if you watch a load of films in the 60s, that car appears constantly. It's in Rosemary's Baby in the street constantly, and it's just a coincidence. Maybe it was just a big car at the time, which is weird because it's a German car.
Also designed by Hitler, wasn't it?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it would be
that
weird
would
to
be
have
what
it big in the 60s, but it's true. If you look for it, you do see it everywhere, and it is weird.
Conspiracy.
Yeah. But then how
Write
do you
that
explain that?
down.
Well, Beetle comparison.
Yeah.
Do you want to say something? What was I just about to fucking say?
What are you gonna say?
I think. Have you ever seen Free as a Bird? The Beatles, the music video for it.
No.
Fuck.
Because it was discovered because John Lennon
Lennon.
John Lennon made the song, didn't he? And then they kind of made it so it was sellable.
I can't
When he
remember
died.
what the story was, but basically the whole like music video, it's got like their parents and their relatives in it doing different. So it's got like Paul McCartney's mum running through the street, and they go through like Abbey Road. They go through like strawberry fields in Liverpool and stuff, and it's like
the camera's constantly floating and like going around like different scenes and stuff. It's really cool to see.
And it's back in like the fucking like 60s, and it's got like they've like, oh man, it's the weirdest video. Then it ends like some man playing like a ukulele on the stage. I don't really know what that's about. Which so really it like creeps me out. It was like ding 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 ding.
I think it's more of the song because it was found after John Lennon died.
Yeah.
And then Paul McCartney went back and like actually produced it, like just like get it out there, didn't they?
That's what I love about these massive stars. There's like so many like conspiracy theories behind everything.
I know. I always find it so interesting.
Like fucking like that. I'm probably going to sleep because I'll be like searching on my phone over shit. Like
I know literally how hard it's been to like just like have any downtime with the story going on.
I just want to, while you're here, I want to search how they spell Helter Skelter. I can't remember how they spell it now.
They spell it really weirdly. I don't,
because it's quite easy to spell,
but I don't think they were educated people. I don't think.
I mean,
they were.
They all lived on ex movie set ranch, didn't they? What was it called?
Because have you watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
I have. I've only seen it once, but yeah.
It's close, but
it touches on it, but it's not like the exact story, but you get a good
it's
idea.
The opposite of what happened in there.
So they spelled they spelled Skelter right, but Helter is spelled Heal.
Oh.
Helter Skelter.
The Helter Skelter.
It's a weird song as well.
Oh, Sharon Tate, fucking.
Wasn't she? Yeah, she was beautiful, wasn't she?
With little
Sharon Tate with the Beatles right there.
Yeah.
This is.
Yeah, they did really get on, and they'd only met her like a handful of times, but every time they'd got on with her, and because they knew Polanski a little bit more than they knew her. So.
He was sick. Like I think now as well, like a Polish director breaking into the US, just like destroying it.
Because that's who she was with. That's the baby she was having, wasn't it? His baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe that people in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So the woman was, her dad was like the founder of Vulture's Coffee, and she was like next in line for that. So she's like fucking rich beyond belief already, and she, like obviously still got murdered anyway. And there was like another bloke there, but
the woman, one of the women who did the murder, the Tate murder, is actually out of prison. She did, I think, 55 years in prison, and she's actually been released now.
Wow.
Which is mad. And Tate's family have sort of like tried to say that they should never ever be released, basically, which totally makes sense. Yeah, it wasn't just murder; it was torture.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. It's scary to think that someone like that could be out, but.
It'd take, like, this is such a word, it'd take a lot for me to want to kill someone. It'd be like, if someone was attacking me, I'd kill them.
I know, and just for someone to say, go and kill this entire family, that 8.5-month pregnant woman, go and murder her.
And
they just went,
for no apparent reason.
Yeah, there was no motive. Just the Beatles.
Yeah, it's fucking
How
surreal.
dare they to blame fucking George Harrison?
Well, it was against like, the Hollywood elite, wasn't it? It was like, everyone famous was against them, and they were the devil. It was like, for fuck... God's sake, these people, like, you shouldn't just lock them up, you should torture them. Like,
100%.
It's such a weird
Kill them
thing.
how they killed.
It's like in my story, the bloke who strangled that woman to death, and was like...
Which was last week.
No,
he didn't strangle him last week. I mean, the episode was last week.
Pretty severe. Were we in the 80s? I fucking wish. But yeah, like, 6 years, and got released in 3 years and 8 months or whatever
But this
it was.
still happens now. Like, that is not an uncommon... It's not gotten better.
The worst thing is, you got 100 kilograms of cannabis. You go to jail for life.
Yeah.
You murder someone, 10 years.
Yeah.
7 if you're lucky.
You're mentally unstable. Do you know what? You go in for 2 years, you're fine.
You just be good and then you come out again.
Yeah.
I don't know about... I got my own views, but like the rehabilitation thing in prison. I think when you go to prison, problem is you're mixing freely with like the wrong type of people. So everyone's kind of aggressive. You might mix with like some fucking just like mental guys.
Yeah, and it depends what kind of character you are. If you're a follower, you get in with the wrong crew, then you're just going to end up exactly the same as everyone else.
Yeah.
You have to be really kind of independent and strong-minded, really.
Which, if you're independent in the prison, you're not going to
Yeah,
win.
that's true. That is true. Yeah.
You're on your own. You're on your own against 30 prisoners, like all in one clan. That are going to get you. I don't know if prison works.
It'd be fine for us. We're women. Fine.
Don't know. Have you got charges in your back?
Oh, yeah,
I'd watch out if I was you.
I was gonna say you haven't, but like.
No, I've watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine when you go into the prison. If you know
Yeah,
prison,
that's good.
that's cool.
That's cool.
But
I mean, we won't know until we get there. So let's go murder some people and go in for 3 years.
you heard it here first.
3 years, it's
I
fine.
fucking love that story.
I could do it for 3 years, fine. But yeah, anyway, Rosemary's
Murder.
Murder.
I feel like we need to retouch, like, a few episodes down the line, we need to retouch on this.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there's so much more to this.
I was going to say for you guys, later down the line, we are going to do a conspiracies chatty.
That's my life.
Yeah.
Conspiracies. I fucking
Whether
live
we're
for
going to
them.
be doing like celebrity ones or something, you know, but it's going to be some sort of conspiracy. So
Yeah.
we're going to do a few of those. So we'll definitely touch on that because
Yeah.
there's a lot of conspiracy going on about that.
I know we're live
Yeah.
right now, but I'm going to say... I think I've got the picture on my phone. It's like the famous astronaut photo. Where the fuck is it?
What, Armstrong?
No, it's... Oh, I haven't got it. There's a girl. She's...
Oh, what, with the legs in the background?
No, it's the It's a
okay.
bloke that's like... There's a picture of a girl, and they're taking a picture in their like garden or field or ranch or whatever.
Mm.
And there's an astronaut
Yeah.
to her left.
Yeah, I've
Coming
seen
out of her head.
this.
Have you seen this?
Oh, it's
It
like
is
a ghost
so
picture sort
weird.
of thing.
Yeah, so the dad took a picture of his daughter. I think they were going for a walk somewhere.
Yeah.
And then when they developed it, they found that there was an astronaut behind her.
Yeah, I've seen
And then
that.
they were like, there was no astronaut.
No, why is there an astronaut there? It makes no
That
sense.
is so strange. Yeah, that picture's always giving me the creeps.
Yeah.
Look at that. You can...
We'll pop it up for YouTube.
Yeah, we'll put it for YouTube, but like... I completely forgot about this until the other day. I was like, on just scrolling for Instagram and it popped up.
An astronaut? Ooh.
That was 1964. You can't fake stuff
You won't
like
be
that.
able to edit it.
No,
that
no,
good.
absolutely not. Well, I don't know that, you know the case of those two girls that convinced, like, loads of people that fairies existed and they had them in the garden?
Yeah.
And that they'd taken these pictures. That was like, wasn't that the 60s?
I think it was the
And
60s,
they
yeah, it
managed
was
to
60s.
fake that picture.
I've not heard that.
It always, like, stuck with me.
Anyway, that's for another time.
Yeah, anyway.
I wish you could just like keep chatting like non-stop. I got so much... My brain's like full of...
Yeah,
So
but then
round and round.
It's good, but then...
So, alright, Bigfoot.
No, don't
I've
stop.
seen a Yeti.
Yeah,
Anyway, Rosemary's Baby.
Rosemary's Baby. So that is the
Crazy.
story of
There's
crazy
probably
Rosemary's
some-
Baby.
and that's
Yeah.
one of the most amazing stories I've never, ever heard of. Like, until you said about it, I didn't have a clue that existed.
Yeah.
So much
That's
shit to it as
completely
well.
wild.
I can't fucking believe it.
Yeah.
Frank Sinatra, The Beatles,
Sharon.
Roman Polanski, Sharon Tate.
Yeah,
The world is in that fucking story.
it is.
Yeah.
And-
Watch it.
No, I'm not going to watch it. You told me I'll get cursed if I watch that film.
Well,
I
I
do
said
want one.
people have said that you will get cursed.
Fine person.
Who are these people? I want to know who they are.
They are cursed people.
Well, I believe them then. I will not watch it. What if I watch it through a mirror? Would that... Surely that's fine.
This isn't Harry Potter.
Okay. Is it not?
No.
Shit.
No, or is it?
No, because Dumbledore and Hagrid's both dead.
Wow.
So that's the story of Rosemary's Baby. A complete crazy story. Pretty gruesome too. I hope you enjoyed.
And lots of names. So yeah.
Lots of names.
I
Any
certainly
thoughts?
enjoyed. That was fucking insane.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
I was just going to say, any thoughts, any suggestions, any conspiracies, anything, whatever you think about this, please leave a comment.
As always, yeah, leave
Yeah,
a comment.
let
Say
us
it.
know.
Bad, yeah.
And yeah.
And also, let us know what you might want us to talk about in the future. If you have anything,
Oh,
any
yeah,
different
Any
subjects you want us to talk
ideas?
about. Because we got loads. Don't get me wrong, we got fucking stash of shit we need to talk
We
about.
have, but like, yeah, if you can, like, we'll do another series on films and such.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let us know if you have any in the pipeline. Cool. Thanks for watching and listening.
Thanks.
See you next time.